I'm out to get my microphone, but you guys aren't going to believe what I frickin' heard tonight. I've never heard anything so damn creepy out here ever, I don't believe. It's creepy enough that I wanted to bring the camera out to record audio just in case it screams again while I'm out here, but it was like, to me, what a werewolf would sound like. If I had been sitting out here by the fire when it happened, I probably would have got up and went in the house. That's how freaking creepy it is. This happened about 30 minutes after Tracy and I came in from sitting by the fire. It happened about 12:15. It's 1 o'clock now. Good Friday night out there in YouTube land. It is still 74 degrees at 9:12. Was not going to have a bonfire an hour ago. Hadn't even thought about it, but listen to this. How could you not want to sit out here? Especially for the first weekend in a long time. There's no one next door. Last 2 weeks, there was somebody there who stayed 2 freaking weeks. They sat outside every night. Kind of ruined doing any kind of audio recording, that's for sure. Actually got a ton of firewood, as you guys saw. But I brought all this up by the fire pit. And I loaded all this over here. Hello, Mr. Casey. And then I brought another small pallet up here. And put all that out here. So we are set on bonfire wood for a while. And then Carl and I today went across the river. And some of you guys may have seen these trees. Well, I'll be darned if there isn't another cat. Hi, Mr. Morty. But over there was a couple dead ash trees over there. Half up in the woods, half in the water. So Carl and I went over today and cut them up, floated them back across. It'll probably work out to be 3 or 4 days worth of heating, so it was worth it. It only took us about an hour or so. Hello, Mr. Shelby and Mr. Wizzy. Go figure. One of my friends who spent 2 summers with me up here when we were 14 and 15 years old. And I stayed up here from the time I was a baby until I turned 16. I was here every summer, all summer. I lived here with my mom. And for 2 of those summers, the summer of 78 and the summer of 79, my friend Julia stayed with me most of those 2 summers, and we had our motorcycles. It was great. We both had a dirt bike. I had the street bike with license plates that we could ride anywhere we wanted. Two young guys like us who could not have had a better life. It was great times, but he's supposed to be up this weekend. Say what?
Is that a little snuffly pig just ran by me?
No, that would have been Gizmo and Butchie. We'll see how they do. What's the worst that can happen? Butchie won't come back, right? Not a big loss. Just kidding, guys. She'll be back. She's gotten really good about it.
Good, because I was about to accidentally kick you into the fire. Just in case you're wondering.
They went that way, as usual. I'm sure they went up by our neighbor Chuck and Vicky.
Lucy's in the house crying.
Chuck and Vicky's like they always do. Well, you can't let Lucy out. You can't let a black dog out in the dark that you can't trust at all.
She always comes home. Hi.
So we'll see.
Hi, Bee.
There's a Butchie. Good girl, Butchie. Good girl, Butchie. That was great. She wasn't gone 2 minutes. Gizmo, however, I will probably have to go track him down. Unless he follows Butchie back. Nope, he's right there. I do not see any eyes across the river yet. And there's a Mr. Morty. He's such a good cat, guys. He's just always hanging out here. And Mr. Wizzy. And Mr. Shelby. And Tracy's crocheting, if you guys didn't figure that out. Got her cool little, what do you call those? A neck light, kinda. Alright, let's go look for some doggies. And Yappy Dog's out. It's been about over 3 months for sure since I quit smoking. Hell, it's been 3 months for Tracy, so I want to say it's been 14 or 15 weeks now for me. Still having problems breathing. I didn't have this much trouble breathing when I was still smoking. I went for all those tests and they pretty much were inconclusive. Didn't show anything anyways. Now they want me to go for, I have to go a week from tomorrow for an ultrasound in my throat. She suspects or thinks I may have a thyroid issue, which would explain the being tired all the time, the difficulty swallowing and the shortness of breath. Then I also have to go for a pulmonary test somewhere. Ah, there's the dogs. Butchie! I didn't know we had neighbors were up today. Well, I'll get Butchie, and then I'll get Gizmo. Well, Butchie's being really, really good. I don't know where Gizmo is. The neighbors over there said he was barking at him. And I let Butchie in the house. And Gizmo let himself back in the house. He's happy. He got some exercise, got to meet the neighbors, and got to bark at somebody. Yeah, very happy with the firewood we bought, guys. It's burning really nice. Speaking of very happy, we have 4 very happy kitties here too. Wizzy and Gypsy, Little Bit, and Shelby. They act like this is the greatest thing in the world. Be hanging out by the fire with Mom and Dad. Gypsy! Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Heard a little raccoon chatter, but we haven't seen anybody yet. Haven't heard really much of anything on the parabolic microphone either. Little tapping, knocking every now and then. Some weird ass airplane went over us though. It was bigger than a small prop plane. It was definitely was a propeller plane.
But it was very large.
It was very large, very low, and very loud.
It had to be military.
I should have grabbed the camera. It was so low I probably would have been able to see the lights on it. But yeah, we're thinking military. It was awfully big.
You could see the lights on it.
I know. I meant with the camera. The camera would have picked the lights up.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, there were, usually a propeller plane's got like one light. This thing had like lights on the ends of the wings, like 2 lights in the middle, and then another one was dead center. And
yep, it was well lit up for sure.
It had to be military. I mean, the only other thing I could think of would be like a turboprop plane out of like
Traverse
City Airport.
Cherry Capital, yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, but it was so low. I wouldn't think that a commercial airliner would be flying that low.
With the raccoons on the side, guys, I'll have to show you. Some of you guys have probably seen Missy Kitty up on that little platform above the 2 houses over there. And the other day I thought, well, why not put some cat food up there and see if the raccoons find it? And man, them things got good noses, because they found that right away. The first raccoon that showed up that I saw sniffed out that food and got up there, and then you got 2 or 3 of them trying to climb up there to get to it. So I chopped up a watermelon into half a watermelon into 5 pieces over there, and I put a piece on top of each house and a piece up on that little platform, and left a couple on the ground. So we'll see what it looks like tomorrow morning. But they do seem to enjoy the watermelon, but they're still eating the dry cat food first.
Dinner before dessert.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, they got rid of I don't even know. There had to be 15 of those watermelon that they got rid of at work today.
Wow.
And Mike took a bunch home for his pig, Peppa.
Yeah.
And he had him in the back of his truck. And I walked over there and I looked. He goes, what? I said, I hope you don't have to hit the brakes suddenly at any point on your way home. Just 15 loose watermelons going kabam in the back of the truck. Not all of them were in that good a shape either. Some of them were
a little bit mushy.
You could put your fist through it.
Wow. And we do have 2 possum now. We've got a little piglet, and then there's another one that's definitely not piglet. It's the darker colored coat, and it's kind of ratty looking. So
ratty looking.
Probably the older one. What's that?
The ratty looking one I call Templeton.
Oh, okay.
Remember the rat from Charlotte's Web was named Templeton? He was a rat.
Yeah, it does look a little rough.
But, oh God, Piglet's just the cutest.
Yeah, Piglet looks clean, cute, a nice
like
coat. Yeah.
He looks like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh.
Having the 2 dark ears, really cute, and this other one looks just ragged. It looks beat up, like it's at the end of its life, and it could be an old one.
Yeah. Or it could just be, like the possum that you don't want to meet in a dark alley.
Could be.
I don't know. Still didn't fight with my cat, so I don't care.
No, that's true. Yeah, by the way, guys, Captain Jack's an asshole. He's a bully. I always thought Captain Jack was like special needs cat. Yeah, he's special needs. Needs his shit kicked out of him. He was over here the other night facing off with Mr. Casey. Laying on the ground in front of Casey, and it's like, all right.
Mr. Casey won't fight with anybody.
Yeah, Mr. Casey's mellow as could be now that his balls got cut off. And
you would be too.
And then Topaz, she scooted out Wednesday night somehow, and she was out for 2 nights. There's no finding her if she doesn't want to come in. But anyways, I had the microphone out, and I heard Topaz. She just reacts if anybody looks at her funny.
Oh.
And so I ran out with the flashlight, and went to where the noise came from. And it was Captain Jack. Had Topaz cornered. And I'm like, really? You're just a freaking bully, Captain Jack. So, I couldn't believe it. I did not know Captain Jack was like that at all. I thought he was a sweet cat.
He is a sweet cat.
In fact, he growled at me when he was right there with Mr. Casey when I reached over to pet him, because I thought he was nice, so I was wrong.
Well, I petted him before. He was just all hyped up.
I guess.
But still.
Bullfrog. Was that the bullfrog again? Yep. That water's kind of cold now, too, by the way.
Deep. There's no sound.
That's true, yeah.
The river is silent.
We got enough rain. It raised the level up. Alright, we'll be back. Look at how intensely she crochets. It's very enjoyable out here though, doing it. Couldn't ask for a better setting, right?
If only the bugs would quit flying up my nose.
Yeah, the light does attract bugs. But other than that, even though the mosquitoes this year, the bugs have not been bad. We cannot complain about that. There were some years you couldn't really sit out here because you'd get eaten alive. This year's been fantastic that way.
Growths are good for something.
Yep, yep. Hi, Mr. Bit. So we're going to wrap it up. She's got to be to work at 7 in the morning. It's sometime between 11 and 11:30 right now. I want to say about 11:15 actually. So I hope you enjoyed our Friday night check-in bonfire chat. Well, thanks for hanging out by the fire with us tonight. I'm going to continue listening with my microphone, but I really don't expect to hear much of anything. Just nothing going on around here anymore. It's crazy because back before I started this channel, we were experiencing all kinds of weird things. That's why I started this channel. And even when I first started doing this, there was just, well, there's something. What the hell was that? That was
a tree branch.
That was branch breaking. Over here somewhere, guys. Huh. Quite loudly. I know you heard it. There's no doubt the camera picked that up. But what I was saying was that really, in the beginning, when I started this, there was lots going on. There it is again. Right there somewhere. It's probably just a deer, but okay, well, I'm not going in right now. I'm walking down here just to see if I can see anything. Usually when that happens, it's a deer. But you can usually hear the deer moving. It's so thick over there you can't see anything in the woods, but a couple spots like that you can see in there. This is where it sounded like it came from, right in this area. Hi, Gypsy. Not very far away from the river. Not very far away from the river. Yeah, you can't see crap up there. Guess we'll never know. Could have been nothing more than a branch coincidentally breaking. Mr. Shelby, who followed me over here. See anything, Shelby? Nope. He was looking over there, but now he is. That is really the only opening where I can see up in there at all. Alright, well, I'm going to hang outside for a little bit. See if I hear anything else. I can see up in there a little bit. That's where we cut out that wood earlier today. It's very strange, guys, because we do not hear things like that very often. Usually when we hear that, the next thing you see is a deer. Well, it's been a few minutes. I at least got my microphone outside, so I'm going to keep listening.